In the Solve It, you found coordinates of a point and named it using numbers for the x and y coordinates. In this lesson, you will learn to use variables to name the coordinates of a figure. In Chapter 5, you learned about the segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle. Here are three possible ways to place a triangle and its midsegment in the coordinate plane. This figure does not use an axis for the placement of a side, so the coordinates of its vertices all require variable names. So notice how P has coordinates A, B. So we have variables to represent the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. Same with point Q or vertex Q and vertex R. This figure has good placement because it uses the origin for a vertex and places a side on an axis, allowing some coordinates to be 0. The midpoint coordinates, however, are m at a divided by 2, b divided by 2, and n at a plus c divided by 2, b divided by 2, which involve fractions. This figure has good placement because each vertex is on an axis. The midpoint coordinates, m at negative a, b, and n at c, b, do not involve fractions. This figure is the easiest one to work with. To summarize, to place a figure in the coordinate plane, it is usually helpful to place at least one side on an axis or to center the figure at the origin. For the coordinates, try to anticipate what you will need to do in the problem. Then multiply the coordinates by the appropriate number to make your work easier. Problem 1. Naming coordinates. What are the coordinates of the vertices in each figure? A, SQRE is a square, where SQ equals 2A. The axes bisect each side. Since SQRE is a square, centered at the origin, and SQ equals 2A, S and Q are each A units from each axis. The same is true for the other vertices. So notice vertex S has coordinates negative A, positive A. Q has coordinates AA. R has coordinates A, negative A. And E has coordinates negative A, negative A. So we're referring to somewhat of an arbitrary square, meaning we don't have concrete values for our vertices. We're just using what we know, the length SQ equals 2A, to identify vertices using variables. TRI is an isosceles triangle where TI equals 2A. The y-axis is a median. The y-axis is a median, so it bisects segment TI. TI equals 2A. So T and I are both A units from the y-axis. The height of TRI does not depend on A, so use a different variable for the y-coordinate of R. So take note. Vertex T has coordinates negative A, 0. It's right on the x-axis, and it's A units from the center, or the y-axis. Vertex I has coordinates A, 0. Vertex R with coordinates 0, B. Your turn. Part A. RECT is a rectangle with height A and length 2B. The y-axis bisects segment EC and segment RT. What are the coordinates of the vertices of the figure? And B, KITE is a kite, where IE equals 2A, KO equals B, and OT equals C. The x-axis bisects segment IE. What are the coordinates of the vertices of the figure?